Welcome everyone. In this video I will show you how we can download and install Security Onion using VirtualBox. So this is ongoing video video series where we are actually setting up different vulnerable operating system for cybersecurity for attack and defense both. So you can see my earlier videos if you want to set up a similar lab for that. So in order to download Security Onion, first we have to visit the official website and search in Google, and then we'll click on this link. So it will pop up and we will be visiting the official website. Here we can click on learn more. So when we click on learn more, it will again pop up and you can see different options, like you can go ahead and check the documentation and you can click on downloads. So here I have the documentation, and specifically I have I'm checking the hardware requirement. So minimum we need at least 4 GB RAM for show import to check the PCAP files, the traffic that we can replay, but we are going to install the evaluation. For that we need 12 GB RAM and 200 GB storage and 4 CPU cores. So this is the minimum requirement. Now we have this we have to download the ISO file, and this is the MD5 sum and SHA1 sum and SHA256 sum. So this is the MD5 sum, and you have to download this file actually to check the integrity of the file, whether it is genuine and not tampered. So I have already downloaded Security Onion and I have moved it to my D drive, as you can see, and I opened the terminal by typing cmd in this directory, and it will open a terminal like this. So after you open a terminal, you can check the MD5 sum after you download it. So I have already checked. It will take some time and then it will give you the sum. So in my Windows 10 machine, I have run this command certutil space -hash file space the file name, this one, Security Onion, this is the file name, and then MD5. I'm checking for MD5 hash, and as you can see it matched. So it starts with E09BB, and you can see E09BB and ending with F33. So here F33. So this is not tampered and the integrity is intact. So now we can go ahead with the installation steps. So first we will open VirtualBox, and by the way this is the network setup. So I'm running Windows 10, and in Windows 10 I have Wi-Fi internet connectivity, and in Windows 10 I have opened this VirtualBox and set up the network. So I'm running pfSense as a router, and pfSense I have two network actually. One is the network external, where I have the internet connectivity, and another I have the internal network where pfSense will act as a default gateway. So these are the two networks I have, and this is the Windows, and this is a network setup from the VirtualBox that I have shown you. And pfSense is using two networks. One is network named internal network, and it has internet access. Another one is internal network, and it is named the IN0 that I have shown you earlier, which is our this is the local area network, and pfSense will act as a default gateway, assigning different IP addresses. So Security Onion, we are actually it is behind the firewall, and it is using again two network adapters. Both are internal network. I will show you shortly. So the first network adapter is from the pfSense. It is the internal network named IN0, and pfSense is the default gateway here, and with internet connectivity. Internet will be through this firewall pfSense. And again we have another which is the monitoring interface, and this will be the management interface. So monitoring interface will have promiscuous mode to allow all, so that we can monitor all the devices. So in this under pfSense local area network, we will be running different machines and trying to attack and see how security onion will be able to detect with all the security tools and threat hunting tools. So these are different in the IN0. This is another internal network that we will create shortly with the name IN0. So let's go ahead and we'll click on welcome, and then first we'll click on new. Here I will name it as, so it's a evaluation, so eval. I'll set you can go with the default, but I have low space as I have mentioned earlier, so I will select another directory, another drive. Here I will use D drive actually, and in D drive I have all the virtual machines in this VirtualBox machines. So I'll select this folder and I'm good to go. So type, actually it will be CentOS Linux. So Linux will search for so we can choose other Linux if it's not there. So actually we'll use other Linux, not this one. Yeah, other Linux. So now next, we'll click on next and we will assign RAM. Here we have we should give 12 GB RAM, so we are giving around 12, around this much. It's more than 12 GB, as you can see here. Oh, processor, we need actually 4 CPUs, but I don't have 4 CPU. I'll just give 2 CPUs. The disk space, we need actually 200 gigabyte, 200 GB. As you can see in the hardware requirement, so we have assigned 12 GB, 200 GB storage. And then next, and we are good to go. Actually we need the network configuration to be a next step, so we'll click on finish, eval, and here general settings all disabled by default. Display, we will increase the video memory. Storage, we will select the empty ISO file here, which is located in my D drive. This is security onion. And network, we are going to select internal network IN0, and this is the MAC address that we need to note. If you're confused later on in the steps, it's good to note down. So I have noted this MAC address 08 ending with so this is done, and another one will be our internal network where we will name it as IN1, and this is the MAC address. We'll note it down. It is the MAC address, and one more thing we have to do, that promiscuous mode we have to allow all in this network. Okay, done. So now we can go ahead and start this machine. And this is our pfSense already in our security onion is taking the IP address, and pfSense will be acting as the default gateway with IP address 10.0.1.1, as you can see. So this is the pfSense, and this is pfSense with IP address 10.0.1.1 default gateway, and this is security onion with in this network IN0, and then we have created another IN1 for the sniffing interface, where we will run different machines and monitor them, and the promiscuous mode is allowed all. So now I'll minimize this pfSense and we'll jump into our security onion. It is booting up. Now we can see this. Do you wish to continue? We will type yes to proceed. Then asking for me to enter a username for this machine, actually virtual machine, which is CentOS, and I will type it as analyst machine, and type my password. Re-enter password, because we are setting up our password for the first time. And it is done. Again, it will take some time. I will pause the video in between and show you. So machine restarted. Okay, so now we need to log in to this host. Our login name is analyst. and I'll type my password, and this is the welcome screen. So it's good if you take a snapshot at this point of time, because if some error happens later on, we can revert from this tape. So I'll just go ahead and go to my security onion and click on snapshot, and I'll just take a snapshot here, and I'll name it. Name it as welcome screen setup, and then I'll take a screenshot, snapshot here at this point of time, so that if any thing happens, any error happens, then I can revert to this stage and continue from here. So snapshot, it is done. So now I will click go ahead with ES and then install. For that I will click on tab, and when it is highlighted, OK is highlighted, I will press enter, and then we can choose import. Like if you want to minimum, like if you have 4 GB RAM, then you can just import pcap files and then check the traffic that was captured during the pcap, in the pcap. So we are going ahead with the eval. Again, I will type tab to highlight OK and then press enter, and now I have to type here agree to accept the Elastic license. So I'll type agree and then press enter, tab to highlight OK and then press enter. So this machine currently has 2 cores but needs 4 core. So we will continue anyway, because I have only 2 cores, but security onion eval version requires 4 core. We will continue anyway, and then I will name this host machine as so eval. Again, press tab to highlight OK and then press enter to continue. And then we have here, you can see the 2 MAC addresses that we earlier we noted it earlier during the network configuration stage. So IN0 is the pfSense default gateway. It's 0800 ending with 560. You can see 75560. This is what we are going to select first for the management NIC, and then later on IN0, which is our LAN that we have created later on, is our 080079. So that we will do it later. So I'll just type the space bar to select this, and then type tab to highlight OK and then press enter. And it is asking whether I want DHCP or static IP for the management interface. I will select static IP, then press enter. Here I have to give my static IP, which I have already noted. So I'm going to assign here the default gateway is 10.0.1.1, but I'm going to assign the IP address 10.0.1.100 here. And then I will press enter. For you, like, the network configuration will be different, and if you want to check the network configuration I'm using, you can select go ahead and see my earlier videos. So here I'm using this LAN 10.0.1.100/24 and press enter, and the default gateway will be this one, the IP address of pfSense, that is 10.0.1.1. Okay, pfSense currently not running. Let me start. So otherwise we won't have the network as expected. So I'll show you the default gateway that pfSense gateway address, I mean default gateway, and pfSense will act as a router, and this is the LAN we are using in our security onion in this image, if you remember. So that is why actually I'm starting pfSense. It somehow got stopped, I mean due to some error. Okay, let me reboot it. Okay, as you can see, this is the LAN that we are using from pfSense internal network, and it is IN0 LAN with this is the gateway 10.0.1.1. so that is what we are using here, and I will just minimize this machine. It is there, and we are going to click on tab, press tab, and then enter when OK is highlighted, and I will go with the default DNS 888 and 8844 Google DNS. Tab and enter. And then this one also I'll just tab and enter default, and I will press enter again, and here standard air gap, I will just go with standard, press OK as I have internet access from this system. And here I will go with direct, tab, press enter. Okay, now we have to select the monitoring interface. This is the IN0 that we have created in LAN 0. So this we have to select now. This is the monitor interface, and we'll type space bar to select this, and then press tab to highlight this, and then press enter. And now it is asking automatic updates installed every 8 hours. Okay, we are good to go, and select tab to press OK. This is selected automatic, and then press enter. And here home network, I will just go with this one. I am not going to change anything here. Press enter, and you can choose these services. Everything is selected actually, so I'm good with that and okay with that, and I will press enter again. So do you want to keep the default Docker IP range? Okay, press and I will press enter. So here it is asking an email address. It will not use for sending or receiving email address, but we can use an email address. I'll just type my name at okay. I'll press enter, and then I will type on password here. Okay, password is invalid. Please exclude single quotes, double quotes, / from the password. Okay, so I'll use a different password now. Okay, so now would you like to access the web interface? I mean, how would you like to access the web interface? Here you can select hostname or IP address. I will go with IP address. Then press OK. Would you like to configure NTP server? Yes. Press enter. And then again, I'll highlight OK and press enter. And do you want to run so allow? Yes, I will actually. And then press enter. Enter a single IP address or a IP range here that will be allowed. That we are actually allowing this our pfSense LAN. This one 10.0.1. So here we are going to this 10.0.1.0/24 and press enter. So this is the options we have, as you can see here. Eval, hostname, management, IP is 10.0.1.100, and then we have access URL. This is the access URL. Allowed subnet is 10.0.1.0/, and we can take a screenshot if you want. Like we can for our convenience, like you can always take a screenshot here in this stage. And then we are going to highlight yes and then press enter. Then running the install this initial configuration step. So it will take some time now. So you can grab a coffee and I will just pause the video and continue when it is almost about to finish to give you the experience of installation. As you can see, the setup ran successfully and the installation is finished. So earlier you can see, you saw that there was an error actually. So what I did was, luckily I asked you guys to take the snapshot here. So I restored the snapshot from the welcome screen. I restored it actually and then started from there, and all the steps were as it was demonstrated in the video. But the manager IP, instead of static IP, I choose the second option, which was dynamic, if you remember. And then again I did all the same thing. The only change was instead of static I did dynamic IP this time, and now the installation is successful, and I will press enter to reboot and then I can log in. So it will reboot and continue from there. Okay, so before restarting, this step should be done before installation. Actually, I forgot to mention. We'll go to System, uncheck floppy, and bring it down. And the boot order should be like hard disk first, then optical drive. Then we will save and then start. So installation is complete. Now we are trying to boot from the hard disk. As you can see, it is booting up. And now it is booting up. CentOS Linux 7. And our username is analyst. I will type my password to log in. So I'm logged in. After logging in, you have to check the show status actually. So sudo show status, or you can also do show status less minus capital R if the screen is too small for you to see the results. We'll type the command sudo security onion show is status. Okay, enter the password. We'll check. So it takes time to start all the services, so for that we have to wait actually after it boots. As you can see, Docker, the state is wait. We're starting one by one, so I'll just pause it again and continue after the process is done. So I have started this command again. I actually run this command again, and you can see it's still waiting. It will take some time. We need to wait, and then all the services will be okay. And then we can log into the management interface, web interface. So for that, so still a few are like still waiting to start. And I have started this Kali Linux machine in the LAN network, the pfSense LAN network, that is internal network IN0, as you can see here, IN0. Now we are going to access. This is Kali Linux machine. So we are going to access using this IP address 10.0.1.13 that we actually took a screenshot. That is the link to the web interface. So when we first try to access this web interface IP address, it says security error. Then we need to go and accept the risk. Then we'll be presented with security onion login, as you can see. So this video is all about downloading and installation. So we successfully installed security onion, and in my upcoming videos I will go ahead and demonstrate how we can benefit it with this, for defense purpose. And this is ongoing cybersecurity virtual lab video. So I will log in with that email address. Security onion the email address that I gave was eval, and my password, super secret password. And I will log in. Don't save. So as you can see, I was able to successfully log in, and we need to wait for this all the services to start so we can again do show status. So this was a quick, not quick, but it's a long video. I paused in between, so be patient and be prepared to take a lot of time in your hand so that you can install this security onion successfully. So thanks for watching.